Welcome to 1 Minute Theatre Reviews. I'm Paul Seven Lewis, this is Salisbury Playhouse, and I'm here to review the premiere of the touring production of Handbagged. Handbagged takes us through the major events of Margaret Thatcher's reign as British Prime Minister. I use the word reign deliberately because the story is told through a series of meetings between an increasingly regal Mrs Thatcher and the actual, if technically powerless, Queen Elizabeth. Handbags multiply as they are overseen by older versions of themselves. And much of the humour stems from the characters commenting to the audience on what is said, typically, "I never said that." Because the play is speculation, no one knows for sure what was said, and the characters are aware that they are performing for an audience. "Whatever we say, it must stay within these 4 walls, says the Queen. What we're presented with is a conflict between the ideological, deaf to compromise, humourless Thatcher, no being her favourite word,
no,
and a more compassionate, ethical and wryly amusing Queen. It's no surprise who ends up the winner in this handbagging contest. The author, Moira Buffini, clearly thinks Mrs Thatcher's premiership was bad news.
No,
The Queen being disturbed by the effects of her government's policies, dividing the nation, creating a greater gap between rich and poor, encouraging greed. "We've lost the feeling that had persisted since the war," she says, "that we're all in this together." "Is she a socialist?" asked Mrs T. "I found the history lesson got a bit boring."
No,
But there's plenty of humour. Susan Penhaligon as the older Queen is uncannily believable, and perhaps because we nearly all have this well of affection for the real Queen, she gets the most laughs. Supporting the 4 women, 2 men play actors who've been hired to play all the other parts: Dennis Thatcher, Ronald and Nancy Reagan, Neil Kinnock, Michael Heseltine and so on. And they also address the audience with their own left-wing views, in case you found the Queen's opinions a little oblique. Andy Secombe and Jahvel Hall provide a lot of knockabout comedy and almost steal the show. On the whole, the performance seemed a little hesitant when I saw it, which for me dampened the laughs, but I expect after a few more outings it will be much sharper. I give Handbag 3 stars.
no.
If you've enjoyed this review or found it useful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, 1 Minute Theatre Reviews.